Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dahil mihi Anglican boys, verbus Latin.
That's literally not true.
Is that correct?
Oh, for crumb's sake. I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Great to have you here today. Thank you all for being here. It's going to be a wild, packed day. Tons of things happening, which means we need Regina Crawford, who won the internet today, first in chat, to be on your A game. On your A game, we've got a lot that needs to just go perfectly, Regina, and that depends very much on you. So you're going to do great. You're going to do great. Congratulations. Thank you very much for being first in chat. No good deed goes unpunished. It's true. All right. Let's see. I'm just going to stress you a little bit, but I would be more worried if you weren't taking care of it. So that's all good. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Court is going to be starting here soon, so we're going to be jumping down there. We also have Brian Koberger, which we're going to interrupt this for and portal over to, because we have to have that separated or else no one will ever be able to find it. We're going to follow the sentencing for Brian Koberger. We're going to pause this and pick up where we leave off once Brian Koberger is done, however long that takes. And it might be most of the day with Brian Koberger. So we've got that. We've got, let's see, today is...
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day! Welcome to Wednesday. I don't know why I yelled. The child who normally comes in and grades my performance is on the Outer Banks, an hour and a half away from me. Right now he's camping for the week. I could have dialed it back a little bit and saved my voice. Broke the speakers. Been troubleshooting my HyperDeck. I think it's my HyperDeck. Remember how I said I had a problem with one of my Apple TVs? It wasn't my Apple TV. And then I thought maybe it's my bidirectional HDMI SDI whatever this thing's called. Adapter. HDMI on one side, SDI out the other. I can't remember the word for some reason. Swapped those out twice because I have 6 of them. So I swapped them out to see if they were different. I swapped out the power supplies for them to see if they're different. I swapped out the HDMI cables. I swapped out the SDI cables. And I'm still getting this annoying sound, which sounds like, let's see if I can let you hear it. You tell me if this is annoying. Let's see, I need silence for just a minute. This court, is it silent? No, this is Judge Dad. Did that click?
West Road. And
that's Judge Dad. There's a tiny click in the right ear.
I'm not going to
driving me nuts.
Semantics here.
So I'm about to call Black Magic and say, hey, what can I do to fix this? I've updated the software, everything. All right. Anyway, we'll complain about that later. I'll get that handled because that was going to be how I record. Maybe I'll just use this one. Aha. I can just use this one instead.
You look good.
Let me swap that out. Do I have an SDI in? Yeah. Let's just swap this one out. I'll put this one in place of the other one. We'll all be good. Okay. That works. I've got a spare. We're good. No worries, everyone. False alarm. Anyway, we'll get that fixed here soon. Also, I'll work behind the desk for a little bit. We have some birthdays to take care of before court starts, which is going to be soon, so we have to sing right away. If there are people, I can't say are anybody, Red Pen would eviscerate me, who has a birthday today, please make it known so we can celebrate with you. That is what we plan to do every morning. So Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Do we have any birthdays? Josh has put out the call. We're listening. We're watching. I'm scrolling. There's one. Emilio. I see Emilio. Is there anybody else? 59th anniversary for your parents, Trixie. That is awesome. Congratulations to them. Let's see if there's anybody else. Hear ye. Jenna. So Emilio and Jenna. Wagger, you should be on the list, but if it's today, let us know right now in case we missed it for some reason. Amelia, Jenna, and Rachel B.
I don't like podiums, Your Honor.
Amelia, Jenna, and Rachel B. I think that's everybody. Josh, do you have anybody else? Because we're ready to go if you are. Just drop the message. Oh, Josh does have a couple extra. Okay, he's got Casey, Jenna, Amelia, and Rachel B. There we go. So we're going to sing to these 4 people. It's your birthday. It's your special day. Everyone's, let's see. Thanks, mine's Friday, says Wagger. What was the buffer sound? Oh, that was the birthday. That was the birthday buffer sound. We're good. Okay, everyone stand up where you are. Take a deep breath, shoulders back. Project your voice to the back of the room. Blend your voice with your neighbors. Warm up with me, if you will. La 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 la. There we go. Excellent. Whew. After the birthday yell, I'm ready for this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Casey, Happy Feet, Emilio, and Rachel B. Happy birthday to you. Casey, Happy Feet, Emilio, and Rachel B. Happy birthday. There are many wonderful days. Today is your special day. I realize there are a million places you could be, a million people you could have celebrated with, but you chose to be here with us. The privilege, the pleasure, the honor is ours. Hopefully we can turn some of the joy that we feel back to you, make your day a little more specialer. Begin by helping yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP Village Inn, Waffle House, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlap's House, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. There you go. Happy birthday. Breakfast on me. Well, I'm them, but if they want honor it, on me. For your birthday, for your special birthday, we have just a bang-up lineup today. We've got the ending, or almost the nearly ending, of the Neely trial hearing, sentencing hearing. And then we have Brian Koberger hearing. We've been waiting for years for Brian Koberger, and he took a plea deal. Thank you. This is the last time we're going to send receipts for reimbursement. Please don't. Honestly, if it's your birthday and I sang to you and went out and got pancakes and they wouldn't honor it, call me. We'll make it right. That would be terrible. Okay. Anyway, I just don't need a stack of receipts for everybody's birthday or pancake expenses every morning. That would not be good. BK's over there peeking over my shoulder. He is. That's over on Brian Koberger, that's over on Top Mark Media, where we're going to be going live at 10:30 with a clean feed from court. I think a drum solo is coming up. Yeah, it is, definitely. Everyone join with me on the drum solo to finish off the birthday celebration, although the party does not stop. Here we go. I did an up crash on the cymbal. I don't think that's the way you're supposed to hit it. I think you're supposed to hit down, but I did up. Hopefully you couldn't hear the difference.
Happy birthday.
All right.
You look good.
Well, thank you, Judge Fleischer. Thanks for weighing in and wishing everyone a happy birthday. And they do, in fact, look good. Appreciate that. Teresa says, I think I'm going to make waffles today. And in the morning, we're having waffles. I think I'm making waffles. I think that's what the line is. Sorry, I missed my Shrek quote of the day.
I'm not going to argue about semantics here.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Josh says, I think after Friday we should retire the birthday song. After reviewing the numbers, everyone has been sung to at least once, so it's time to retire. There you go. The mods have spoken. Josh, I think you might be drawn and quartered for that one. I know there's some people who are waiting very much for their song and might have missed it last year.
You from talking to cats.
Nothing at all. Yes, you can talk to the cats. It's fine. Josh is basically volunteering to turn in his wrench by that. Cancel, Josh. There it is. It's already started, Josh. It's already started. Ooh, good, delicious water.
Shame on you, sir.
It is so good. Josh, meet me outside, says Cachette. Josh, you're not making any friends this morning. You're going to have to work double time finding us a good palate cleanser.
Have them send someone with more experience.
All right, so let me tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to make, right now, the placeholder for the Recovery Addict coverage of the Brian Kohberger hearing, which I'm going to Sentencing is probably the word I misspell the most. I don't know why I want to put an A in sentencing.
Bring the jury.
But I do. It's going to be live, but it's not live yet. We're going to set the visibility. We're going to start that at about 10:30. Which is half an hour before it starts. That gives us time to, actually we're going to do 10:45. Gives us 15 minutes. That gives me time to start the Top Mark Media, get that up squared away, and then take that one live. So if you want to be first, I'm just saying, I know what Greeners is here. So if you want to be first and you think you can beat Greeners, I haven't made it yet. And just so you know, so you can plan ahead, there's about a 3 to 5 second delay on our live stream. So if I were to clap right now, you would hear it 5 seconds later. So calculate that into your timing for when you're going to be on my homepage, refreshing, trying to get into the new live stream to be first in chat. Let's see how good you are at it. Everyone has a fair shot here. Nobody else knows when I'm going to push the button, but so everyone's going to be ready. I'm going to do a countdown. And it takes a second to build it as well. So you really got to be good. Okay, good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck. Oh, wait. I have to change the thumbnail. Just about got the wrong thumbnail on there. That would have been terrible. All right. Let's download the one from there. I really should put bars over his face. Download and PNG form, compress, only on page 1. It's downloading. Please wait. Hold, please. Okay, it's saying it's downloading. All right, it's done. We're going to change that one out for the new one, which is right here, and that's uploading. Okay, here we go. Here's our countdown. 3, 2, 1, click. It's building it. Actually took like 3 clicks. I apologize for that. And Fire Girl Handmade by Wendy, followed closely by Greeners. That's funny. That is so good. Okay, Fire Girl, you're going to be first on our live stream for Brian Kohberger. But we're going to stay here till then, and then we'll portal over. I'll build the portal so I don't forget right now, because I'll be a little bit hectic when that happens. Okay, the portal's built. We're all set. Okay. That said, we're ready for court today, which we're going to interrupt as soon as Brian Kohberger's hearing starts, which has not started yet. I've got it all over the place. I'm watching the live feed from the courthouse. I've got Top Mark Media ready to go. We've tested the audio. I do see we've got a little crowd over there enjoying the chat room. We do have Red Pen moderating everything over on the Top Mark Media side. Thank you, Red, for your great work over there. Red Pen caught that I accidentally scheduled it for 9:30 p.m. as well. All right, so the reason we're streaming it in 2 different places, I realize some people like to watch this hearing with good audio, which I can provide, and also with with no commentary whatsoever. No reaction, no commentary. They want a clean feed. The court deletes their feed as soon as it's over. It will be saved as a clean feed on Top Mark Media. Anybody who needs to use it or wants to use it from that feed, feel free. You're welcome to. Obviously, it's from the court, and it's provided by them. And then on my channel here, if you'd like my commentary, my reaction, and analysis, you can watch over here. So can you link your Top Mark Media? I will. I'd say I will, but I'm hoping that one of the mods will do it before I can type it. Here we go. I did it. Oh, I was faster. Give me just 1 second. It will pop up. There it is. There's the Top Mark Media channel. All right. I think that's all we have as far as details to go over today. We're now about 5 minutes late for court to start. As soon as it does, I'm going to take a minute and install this hyperdeck instead of the other one. This is the one I sent down to Trial TV Live for the Sarah Boone hearing. How do you portal? Portals happen automatically as long as you're here in YouTube. I set it up so that when this live stream ends and I click the end button, instead of just having it spin or just sit there or go to a page that says, now you want to watch this, it'll say, everyone's going here. Click this button to join, or it will automatically switch you if you don't click the button. So it's a setting I make on my side. You just have to keep your arms and feet inside the right at all times and hang on, and the rest happens magically, automagically. Portals work about 50% of the time. Usually the longer I have them set up, the more successful they are. Sometimes if I just set it up and then send you, those are not the best. Also, you have to be sort of current with the live stream. So if you're watching the replay, and a lot of people don't know they are. You'll see this in chat when somebody's like, hey, I just got to this part. It's really funny. They're not live. They're rewound, 10, 15, 20 minutes, an hour. They're not going to get the notification of the portal. So make sure you're up to the minute. Sometimes, Lynn says, sometimes I have to walk over. It happens occasionally. But we'll get you there. We'll get you there today. All right. In court today, where are we? We're on the defense part of this trial, and we heard from 5 witnesses yesterday. Basically, everybody who works at Chupa's Marketplace testified in his defense, and he worked there 8 years ago, something like that. And they're like, yeah, I think I remember he was a cashier. He was like a bagger or something. It was like that little annoying person. Nobody really remembers him well, other than there was drama at work when he was involved, and it did involve his wife. And they didn't hire him back after he left. I don't know why he left. Did he get fired or moved? I don't know what happened. But when he came back and wanted to work there again, they said, nah, we'll pass. It was one of those, don't call us, we'll call you. And then they just didn't call him. So that's pretty bad when that's the best testimony you can get on your behalf. We also learned that the defendant had trouble with math in 3rd grade. And clearly that makes a murderer when you have trouble with math in 3rd grade. I'm not sure what you're doing at that point. I think it's division. Not long division, just like short division. Is that 3rd grade, or are we on multiplication? I forget which comes first. I still have trouble with math, but it didn't make me a murderer for some reason. Maybe I missed the 3rd grade mark when it has to happen. Anyway, we found out about that. And then he has a lot of information about other events in his life, some of them quite alarming, let's put it that way, involving romantic interest in his dad's wife, which was not his mom because it was a stepmom would be the best way to say that. Initiated by her, carried out for a number of weeks. Yeah, it's pretty wow. But I'm not saying it didn't happen. It's just a lot of the people who might know about it are dead. I think he said he confided in his wife. He told Jamie she's dead. He killed her. His dad supposedly knew about it. That's why he committed suicide, he thinks. There's no indication of that. And I don't know where the stepmom is because she wasn't named and nobody looked into that. So I don't know if it's true or not. So, yeah. I may be looking at it wrong, but the portal says 11:45 for the portal. Not sure you meant 10:45. Oh, I will reschedule the portal. It does say 11:45. It's going to be 10:45. Thank you for that catch. It still would have worked. It's just people who would have seen a different. If they were only going to that, they would have seen a different one. 10:45 a.m.
Have them send someone with more experience.
All right. There we go. 10:45 a.m. An hour and 15 minutes from now. We're not going to get much in from this court. We're actually about 10 minutes late for this judge to start, but he has been late quite often. Let's see. Who are we talking about right now? We're talking about Mr. Shelby Neely, who was in Pinellas County, Florida. This is the courtroom we see on the screen right now. He is in a sentencing hearing for 3 of the 4 murders he has admitted to committing. The first one was his wife. Killed her 10 months later. He killed her family so that they wouldn't find out that she was dead. Now you're like, how does that happen?
Somebody just sent me a video of roaches fighting. I don't know who won.
Don't know who won. How it happens is he pretended to be her and kept all communication to text messages for about 10 months.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
And sent pictures of the kids and everything, but she was never in the pictures. And they thought she was alive. They had suspicions. They're like, hey, we need to see you. And so he's like, we're going to come visit. And they did, but she couldn't make it because she had to work. And, well, he was there with the kids, and she was supposedly at work. She was not at work. She was dead, buried in their old backyard. He one by one killed them. First the dad, then the mom, then the son. And then lived in the house for a week with his kids because he brought them, and they were there for all of this as well. He had a foolproof plan, similar to the one that he used with his wife. Just dig a hole right next to the murder house and bury them and then leave, and no one will ever know. It worked with his wife, surprisingly. But turns out the victims were a little bit bigger, and he's a scrawny kid, and he was not able to move them and carry them and put them in the hole. So his plan was to go back up to Ohio, bulk up, eat some protein, lift some weights, bulk up to superhuman size so he could go down and easily lift their remains, which by this point would have been more decomposed and lighter and easier to carry and probably, less stinky? I don't know. And then he would bury them in the hole that he had dug right there in the front yard that the neighbors saw him dig. And then he would be done and no problem. Nobody would know. How would they know? Nobody's going to know. This was his plan. In addition to stealing his wife's car after he killed her and driving that around until the expiration expired, he also stole the car of the victims down there and drove that around. And when he was finally caught, because he was caught, he did confess. I'll give that to him. He told all, but he had the nerve to tell the.
What more do you need to see?
He had the nerve to tell the investigator, what was the one thing I did wrong? I mean, how did you catch me? How did you catch me? He's replaying it in his head. He's like, it was perfect. There was no way. They have him on video everywhere, selling, pawning, buying murder aisle stuff.
There's nothing in the order that restrains you from talking to cats.
Thank you.
So he has been in jail. Because the crimes were committed in 2 different counties. His wife was in one county, and these 3 were in another. He was tried first for the death of his wife. This was about 6 years ago. Pled guilty to manslaughter, which was a lesser included. So he pled down on that one. They gave him manslaughter, probably because they knew they had these other 3 hanging over him, and they could get what's coming to him. So he's been in jail for 6 years, but he's not been unproductive. He has been a model citizen in jail, probably because he's too scared to do anything else. But in his spare time, he's been writing a book, which was just published a month ago tomorrow. The book is doing just a bang-up job on Amazon, just holding a placeholder. Nobody seems to be buying it. It's ranked over 1 million in sales ranks, which basically means nobody has purchased it. But there are 2 reviews. One is actually an authorized, like a verified buyer. We think this might be the same person who helped him publish it. But they basically say it's the best thing since the Bible that they've ever read. And just like, you can't put it down, complete page turner when we get the next book. And then the other person says, this is absolute garbage. It's just like the ramblings of a madman with science fiction mixed in. So buy at your own peril. I believe one of those two people are probably right when it comes to the book, and it's probably not the first one. So there's that. Oh, by the way, the book. It couldn't be published without the help of 3 angels, beautiful ladies, who I'm thinking he found them on like Fiverr. Maybe like one of those, you just like hired up, paid someone to transcribe his hand scrawled 912 pages of text into type, which condensed down to 773 pages. But he got the pages out through his therapist, who's like, yeah, let's write a book together, I guess. Maybe we'll hear from the therapist. I don't know. She's in the forward as a thank you. Deanie Mullis Driver gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Deanie. Thank you for your generosity. Now that you're all caught up, his drop-dead gorgeous therapist. Oh, my goodness. How can I miss that? Goodman Law says, all right, send me some sign language. There it is. You got it. Are you going to be at BK today? Are you going to be up there? Curious. Oh, you wrote a poem. I forgot the poem. Okay. Let's do a little exercise. Okay. Wrong answers. Oh, I'm not sure if I can do this. I can't. I don't have the space on my soundboard to do it. Please list things that rhyme with the F-bomb. Okay? Because Mr. Neely, he did his best. He did his best as far as rhyming goes. He started with sad and dad and mad and bad. I don't think he used glad. I think he said had. And his rhyming was great. But he also used a lot of uck words. Well, he used one uck word a lot. And it didn't, he just rhymed it with itself. And basically any possible way you've ever heard a drunken sailor use an uck word, he used it in that setting. He interjected it between 2 words where it didn't fit. He used it, up in the front end to say it was an ucking whatever, and he's whatever the uck, and he had all the ucks. It was the uckiest poem I have ever heard. He missed all these words: suck, buck, duck, chuck, cluck, and muck, as well as truck. Anyway, there was that. So yeah, if you missed yesterday, it was wild. It was really wild. But here we are again. We're back in court today. He's back in a suit. Iris is a little high on that camera. If you can dial it back just to... No, that's the wrong direction. Getting washed out. Thank you, Knight, for this wonderful what starts with F and ends with uck. It's a fire truck. You are absolutely correct. I give 0 ucks. Yes, the poem was so bad. And okay, his girlfriend that he was only dating while he was camping at a lake. I don't know if you can call it girlfriend. Maybe a side chick or a fling. I don't know. I guess they weren't romantic. He shared this poem with her, and she took a picture of it on her phone, and she saved it because it means so much to her, and she cares about him. She just got married last month, okay? Thomas, her husband, I'm not sure how he feels about this poem, but he probably doesn't think it's great. This is not like wall frameable poetry. She kept it. She still has it. She's got all his messages. She's like, oh, I've saved everything. I've got it on my phone. Do you want me to pull it up? He's like, no, thanks. We'll pass. It was in her wedding vows. His ex-girlfriend from camp kept the poem. Throw the poem away. They were 15. They were 15. She's not 15 anymore. I understand 15 keep the poem. 16, throw the poem away.
Not back in session.
Is our tummy cam? Bouncy bailiff about to do his thing.
If the lawyers could approach for a second, please.
Lawyers are approaching. Judge calls a sidebar. It's a cluster duck. This trial has everything. The only thing we haven't heard is oh no, we've heard it all. We had the defense with an expert witness that that prosecution deposed the night before last, and then prosecution during yesterday's morning video that we were watching of him confessing, which was in and of itself just unbelievably wild. They wrote a motion to exclude that witness for didn't pass the Daubert challenge issue, and then the defense just withdrew the expert. He said, "No, never mind. It's a moot point. We're not going to call the guy or gal." I'm thinking it might have been the therapist. Oh my goodness, that would be so wild. Oh, and you have the jurors be named. The defense lawyer gets up there and says, Mr. So-and-so, you might think something different than Mr. So-and-so, might think something, and they're like, objection! But 2 got named. So that was good. Lindsay, it's going to be both here and on top mark. Here with my face in the corner and on top mark without. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to play it from 7. Get the audio routed the right way. Okay, it's all set up. So we'll play it from 7, straight from there through the wonders of StreamYard onto top mark, and then we'll also take 7 through our switcher onto this one. We're all set up. We're good to go. Let's see. Buttercup had to cover her ears yesterday. It was bad. Maybe the therapist can help the camp girlfriend to publish the F-bomb poem. The problem is she couldn't. The rest is illegible. You don't get the ending. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could probably build our own ending to it. It has to have a couple uck words and something that rhymes with add.
We have a couple of more after them, but those are in person.
We have some Zoom classes.
So we have a Seal Man, Scott Sistick, S. Thomas, and Aaron. Who do you want first?
Who's the last one?
Aaron, A-A-R-O-N.
I don't know who that is. They might be using somebody's.
Right.
But the first one is Scott Thomas.
Okay, so that'll be S. Thomas. Okay. All right. Are we ready for the jury?
Yes.
All right. So let's go ahead and bring them in.
They're letting people in Zoom that they just don't know who they are.
I'll go ahead and admit him now to make sure everything's all set up here.
A.A. Ron is just some random dude.
Right.
On Zoom.
Can I just set
Sure.
this up so
Right.
that shows the judge?
Right.
Turn the Zoom so it doesn't show the jurors. Thank
Right,
you,
just on the
prosecutor.
podium.
You've got mail. Yes, Dr. Bullbutter was also gifted the internet for the first time
All
yesterday.
right, you're
It was a good day.
S. Thomas, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then you've unmuted yourself. That's good. All right. So the jurors are coming in. I'm the judge Malone. I'll go ahead and place you under oath, and then the lawyers will ask you some questions. Right?
Yes, sir.
I think you've done this before, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we're bringing the jurors in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Great.
Deputy Marshal, on the juror, please.
We have Goodman Law, I believe, right now at the BK hearing. We believe this is family supporting the defendants.
The armed jurors in the jury box is seated.
Good morning, members of the jury. Good morning. How are you this morning? All right. Any issues as far as hearing or seeing anything about the case at all? All right. Everyone's shaking their head now. Defense, please call your next witness.
Thank you. Scott Thomas.
Is a Shelby County
Sir,
Sheriff.
please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You may proceed.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you please introduce yourself to the jurors?
My name is Deputy Scott Thomas. I'm a deputy of Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office in Palm Beach County, Florida.
And Deputy Thomas, how long have you been with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office?
About 13 years now.
Right, and your current job responsibilities with them?
I'm in the K-9 unit.
All right, what about back in January of 2016?
I was on road patrol.
All right, I want to turn your attention to January 3rd of 2016. Did you respond to 103 Plantation Boulevard?
Yes, sir.
And is that located in Palm Beach?
Yes, Palm Beach County.
All right, and when you arrived to that call, who was there when you got there?
I refer back to my report, to be honest with you, because it was a while ago. But there was the three people. The three people listed in the report were there.
And who were those three people?
I may refer to the report for the exact names, if that's okay.
Sure.
So the complainant was Richard Ayden. We have Shelby Neely and the
I'm looking who's in the participants in the waiting room.
And then the person that got bigger acted, Jamie, looking for the last name. I don't have it.
Aaron D. Carlton, Scott Sustit?
I don't know the last name, but the person that got bigger acted was Jamie.
All right, so you said Richard Ivancic was the person who made the call?
Yes, according to my report.
All right, and also present was Shelby Neely and Jamie, who you said ended up getting Baker acted?
Correct.
All right. Did you observe any injuries to Jamie?
Yeah, so according to my report, there were injuries to her wrist that I observed.
And do you know the number of injuries that were to her wrist?
I'm going to say I'm relying solely on my report here because of the amount of time it was ago.
Sure.
And I'm going to, but yes, and it was accurate. It says I observed 15 small lacerations on Jamie's left wrist and 16 plus scratch marks on Jamie's left ankles.
And did those appear to be fresh?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Do you know if she was pregnant at the time?
According to my report, that she was. So she must have told me on the scene.
All right. And did you obtain sworn written statements from both her father, Richard Ivancic, as well as Shelby Neely?
According to the report, yes, ma'am.
All right. And based on those reports and the totality of the circumstances and injuries and so forth that you saw, it was Jamie that was Baker acted at that time?
Yes, correct.
All right. I don't have any other questions.
All right. Thank you. Any cross-examination?
Yes, sir.
And she was the one with the injuries?
And Deputy, I apologize, but feel free to reference your report. I understand that this was a long time ago and you may not remember these details. So this occurred January 3rd of 2016?
Yes.
And at that time, Jamie Ivancic was 5 months pregnant?
That's what I was told.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have her down as weighing 120 pounds at that time?
That's what they must have told me on scene, yes.
Okay. And Shelby Neely weighed 115 pounds at that time?
Same, yes.
And he was a male, obviously he was not pregnant, right?
Correct.
Just did the math on that one. I think
and
right.
You indicated, so Richard Ivancic, with date of birth December 13 of 1947, is the one that made the call?
Yes.
But he was calling based on information that Shelby Neely had provided to him, correct?
Correct.
And when you, law enforcement, arrived and spoke to Shelby Neely, he claimed that Jamie Ivancic wanted to kill herself for unknown reasons, correct?
Yeah, I think he told that she was having, she suffered from being bipolar, depression. She was having, she had all those things that I listed in the report, so yes.
But he didn't provide any reason as to what precipitated this particular event, correct?
No, just that she was suffering from being bipolar and depressed and whatnot, and that's what made her do this.
But both Shelby and Richard indicated that whatever had happened, Shelby was the only one with Jamie at that time, correct?
Yes, and they both put eyewitnesses that they saw the same.
Okay. And in terms of this event, you didn't arrest anybody, right? You ended up taking Jamie Ivancic to the hospital?
Correct.
And other than the injuries, she was generally telling you that she felt fine and she was doing all right?
Yeah, she lied. She was saying that her cat is the one that gave her the markings on her wrist.
Okay. I don't have any more questions. Thank you, Deputy.
Anything direct?
Deputy Thomas, when you arrive, generally speaking, when you arrive at scenes and you're going to speak with witnesses or have them give written statements, it's the practice to do that individually, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You talk with one person or have one person write a statement where they're not around the other person who's writing a statement. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the statement that Richard Ivancic wrote for you indicates that I saw my daughter took a knife across her wrist without cutting herself, right?
I would have to go back to review the statements exactly. I just know that verbally what they told me, and because it was a big act, I just had them write it on paper. But yes.
Do you have those written statements?
I don't. No, ma'am. So if you have it, I obviously believe what you have from the case.
And her father also said she cut her wrist while her husband was with her in the bedroom. Do you recall that?
I don't. If like I said, if that's the statement, then that's what it was turning. Yes, ma'am.
All right. And like you said, these statements, since they're taken individually, these two people, or in your investigations that you do, these two people would not be together when they're either writing statements or talking to you about what happened. Is that fair?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you recall that Shelby Neely, in his statement, likewise said she cut herself with a knife?
Yes, they were similar.
All right. And that she threatened to kill herself with a knife?
Yes, that she was having suicidal thoughts.
And when you say that Mr. Sarabia asked you if you took her to the hospital and you said yes, when you Baker Act somebody, that's because they're a threat to themselves or other people. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Anything else from the state? No, good. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, who's your next witness? Okay.
Feed's a little jumpy here. We've got some Zoom people. Lots of people connecting to the Zoom.
All right, sir, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself, first of all.
use this.
Go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay.
I said unmute.
This is a judge. I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Very good. You may inquire.
All right, please introduce yourself to our jurors.
I'm Detective Scott Sispek of City of Cleveland, Division of Police, badge 1395.
Okay. Could you please spell your last name? I keep forgetting.
Spelled S-I-S-T-E-K.
All right, and Detective Sistek, how long have you been a detective?
Approximately 6 years.
All right, and how were you employed with the Cleveland Police Department back in 2016?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do for them back in 2016?
I was on patrol.
Right. I want to turn your attention to April 27th of 2016, just past 4:00 a.m. Did you respond to a call of a female threatening a male and a baby?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got there, what did you see?
We talked to Mr. Neely that was standing outside the apartment with a baby inside the vehicle.
All right. And what did you do after you saw Mr. Neely with the baby?
Well, we just started gathering information, me and my partner, between him and the female was over there on scene.
All right. And did you come into contact with the female?
Yes.
Would you describe her demeanor, please?
I'm going to have to refer to my report.
Sure.
So the report I have it as being crying and hysterical.
And did the male have injuries to him?
I have documented in my report that he had scratches on his arms and his neck, and he stated that he was bit and pepper sprayed.
I'm sorry, he stated that he was?
Bitten and pepper sprayed.
By this female?
Yes.
All right. Did she have any physical injuries to her?
I have it documented there was no signs of physical injuries at the time.
All right. And where did you end up taking her?
We took her to Metro Health Medical Center into the ER for a psychological evaluation.
All right. And did you work any other calls that day involving these individuals?
To my knowledge, no.
All right. Did she claim, the female, did she claim that the male injured her?
I have it documented. She claims she was choked by the male.
All right. And you saw no signs of any injury on her?
According to my document, not at the time.
All right. Thank you. That's all I have, Judge.
Any cross-examination?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Good morning, officer or detective.
Good morning.
Yeah, so Jamie Ivancic actually claimed that Shelby Neely had attacked her and choked her until she urinated on herself, correct?
On my document, yes.
Okay. And again, that was April 27th at about 4 a.m. Of 2016?
Yes, sir.
I don't have no questions.
And here we direct.
We heard some questions about this yesterday, so I just want to ask, when Mr. Sarabia just asked you, and we heard you say about the choking, you say that she also claimed that it made her urinate on herself?
I have it written down. I have to refer to it. I just put that offender claims that the victim attacked her and choked her until she urinated on herself.
All right, but you didn't make any notations or anything of her having wet pants, wet bottom, or any kind of other injuries, correct?
I just put that offender did not have any physical signs of injury at this time, to include no mark on her neck or bloodshot eyes.
And when you say offender, you're referring to the female?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So just wanted to give you a heads up. Denise, another of our court watchers, is in line. She was number 2 in line for the Brian Koberger case. She's currently seated in jury seats assigned by number, according to the tickets they gave everyone outside. Looks like Nicole is there as well. I don't know what number Nicole is from Goodwin Law. So we have 2 observers there at the Brian Koberger hearing, which we'll be checking in with as things proceed. So they're going to be our eyes and ears in the courtroom once the Brian Koberger hearing begins. So Denise and Nicole, thank you very much. Denise has been there since 8 p.m. last night to be second in line. So she's gonna need a nap later today, I think. But just wild. So thanks to our amazing court watchers. You guys are incredibly dedicated. We love being able to hear from you what we can't see on camera, and look forward to checking in with both of you. All right. Yeah, there's a long line. There's a ton of people there. Let's see. I saw Denise on TV last night. Ashley Benefield showed the queue outside the courtroom. Yep. Instead of camping out for concert tickets, she was camping out for courtroom seats. Very true. Let's see what the defense has next up. I think they have a number of witnesses on Zoom ready to go. But what's the objection here? Said the line started at 4 p.m. yesterday. She showed up at 8 and was number 2. So the first person was 4 hours early. Sidebar's over. Let's see if we get to go to Zoom. They've turned the camera for the judge's Zoom feed so it doesn't show the jurors to the witnesses or anyone else who might happen to get into Zoom.
Good morning, sir. If you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
They're in the courthouse now, so I don't think they could.
Yeah, this is Judge Balone. I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, very good. All right, you may inquire.
All right, please introduce yourself.
Who's that in the
to
background?
jury.
I'm Sergeant Dale Carlton with Broadview Heights Police in Ohio.
All right, and Detective Carlton, how long have you been with the Broadview Heights Police Department?
Shorts and t-shirt.
Almost 20 years.
Okay, and how long have you been a detective?
I'm actually a sergeant on the road.
Okay, sergeant on the road. And how long have you been doing that?
I've been a sergeant for 5 years.
All right, and what about in August of 2016? What were your responsibilities back then?
I was a patrolman. I was working in a zone, answer calls, traffic stops, normal routine stuff.
Okay. I want to turn your attention to August 28th of 2016 in the evening hours. Did you respond to 2761 West Wallings Road?
Yes.
And when you arrived, who did you first come into contact with?
The homeowner, I believe, Luann Lawrence.
All right. And was she the one who called this call in, who made this call?
I believe so, yes. She called it in.
All right. Did you go into the home?
I did.
As you went into the home, did you hear anything?
Yeah, there was a male and a female arguing pretty loudly.
All right. And did you hear the female screaming at the male?
Yes.
All right. And when you, did you later learn during the course of your investigation that the male involved was Shelby Neely and the female involved was Jamie Ivancic?
Yes, I did.
All right. And where in the home did you go first when you went inside?
Through the garage into the breezeway. Again, it's years ago, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but you go through the garage, you turn right, and there's like a breezeway there, and they were up almost into the house.
All right. And what did you see when as you approached going through there?
I saw a male lying on his back, a female on top of him, and he had grabbed her wrists.
Okay, so was she sitting on top of him?
She was.
All right. And that was Mr. Neely and Miss Ivancic, apparently, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you said that he was holding her wrist or her arms?
Yeah, he was on his back and he was holding onto her wrists or her arms.
And did you hear him saying anything to her?
I can't recall off the top of my head. I have my report here. I believe they were just arguing, and I don't remember if they said anything to each other or what was said, but it was argument, and he was just kind of holding on to her wrists. So.
You can refer to your report if you need to,
Okay.
but was he telling her to?
Yeah. I remember it was an argument. They were arguing over something, and I just read it. I'm sorry.
Do you have it noted in your report that he was telling her to calm down?
He told me that later.
Okay.
That when I talked to him after everything was calm, I asked him what happened, and he said that he was holding onto her wrists to get her to calm down.
Okay. And you obviously have a copy of the report and some photos that were provided to you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the photos that you have, do those depict Shelby Neely? There's 6 photos, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And those depict Shelby Neely in an orange shirt?
Yes.
All right. Judge, I would ask that what's been marked as exhibits 12 through 17, 6 photos be admitted into evidence as defense 12 through 17.
Any objection?
Can I see
I'm going to switch audio just for a second on this.
Okay.
All right, they're admitted.
May I publish these?
You may. Okay.
That sound was terrible. Whatever that was like skin on a metal slide, a hot metal slide. That's what it sounded like. Okay, I just changed out my hyperdeck, and the sound persists.
Okay, any further questions by the
hyperdeck.
defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Well, yes, actually one. So these photos that you took are actually, since they're taken in relation to this report, this would have been how he appeared at that time on that day, correct? Or that evening?
It was.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any cross-examination?
Yes, thank you.
Good morning, Sergeant Carlson.
Good morning.
Or Carlton, sorry. When you got there, you separated the parties and you ended up speaking with Jamie Ivancic?
I did.
And Jamie Ivancic told you that for the past year she'd been beaten by her husband, Shelby Neely?
She did.
And she told you that just a couple days ago they had been driving and she was the one driving and the defendant grabbed her arms and twisted them, causing the car to spin out of control?
She did.
And she also told you that this night in particular, the one you responded, that they'd been arguing, and she told the defendant, Shelby Neely, that she was going to leave him. He got upset and then grabbed her and began to choke her?
That's what she told me, yes.
And she told you that She was very afraid of him. She fought back by scratching at him, and that the only way she could get him to calm down was to sit on him.
She did.
Okay. I don't have any more questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any redirect?
Yes. You were informed during this investigation that Miss Ivancic was 10 weeks pregnant while she was sitting on top of Mr. Neely, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And were you also told that she was off of her bipolar medication?
Yes, I was.
And that caused her to become violent when she would get upset?
Outside the scope.
Overruled.
I'm sorry, do you need me to repeat?
That's what he told me, yes.
Okay. Did he indicate to you that on this particular night he was trying to protect himself because she was choking him?
He did tell me that, yes. He said that the only way he could get her to calm down is to grab her arms.
Now, when you asked him about the incident that she claimed had happened a few days earlier, he admitted to you that there was an argument, right?
He did.
All right. And he told you that he was actually attacked and defended himself.
He did.
All right. And I believe one of the photos that you took, the black eye would have come from that incident. Is that right?
Correct. His black eye and a couple of the scratches were not fresh. And I noted in my report that had to have come from a different incident.
Okay. Now, Mr. Sarabia, the prosecutor here, had asked you a question about Jamie indicating to you that her arm had been twisted in some fashion and she thought there was something wrong with it in this incident, this argument a couple days prior.
She did. She told me she thought it was broken, I believe is what she said.
She didn't go to the doctor a few days prior regarding that or since that time, had she?
No.
You charged Jamie Ivancic with domestic violence. Is that right?
I did.
Ira says we're in a portal over. It starts at 11.
I don't have
It'll
any
be on
other
Top Mark
questions.
Media as well as this channel.
Anything else from the state?
Jamie Ivancic did end up going to Metro Health Hospital that evening, though, right? Or that early morning?
I'm not sure which one she went to. She did go to the hospital, yes.
Okay. And she was never convicted of anything from this incident, right?
From what I've heard, I can't necessarily say that. From what I was told, she did not get convicted of a domestic violence, no.
Okay.
I didn't look it up.
And again, to be clear, like we saw a group of photographs, those were indicated to you that some of those injuries, like the black eye and some of the scratches, had come from this incident in the car a couple of days earlier?
They weren't fresh, so I believe they had come from that incident, yes.
Okay. I don't have any more questions. Thank you.
All right. Well, if it's within the scope, yes. I mean, it does have to stop at some point. Go ahead.
Going to round
You
three.
indicated that Miss Ivancic went to the hospital. Was she upset, uncooperative, and screaming and told you that she did not want to go to the hospital, but then eventually agreed with you to go to the hospital?
She did. Yeah, she was very upset and didn't want to go and did exactly that, yes.
And the reason that Mr. Neely was not convicted is because, Miss Ivancic was not convicted, was because Mr. Neely didn't want to continue to press charges against her, right?
Right.
I'm asking if he knows.
I don't think he knows the answer to that, right?
I don't know, Judge. I'm just,
All right.
based on what Mr. Sarabia asked him, that's why I asked that question.
All right, so if he doesn't know, he can say he doesn't know. If he does know, he can say what happened.
All I can tell you is that he did not want to fill out a statement, did not request a temporary protection order. I don't know what else happened after that.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, looks like we've got 2 more individuals in the waiting room for Zoom. So 2
All right, who's
more.
your next witness?
Might be able to get through both of those before the Brian Koberger hearing starts, which we will portal over to. We'll be watching here on this channel.
So we'll see if this is Tammy Fox.
We're just letting random people into court in front of the jury to see who they are.
All right, we're trying to find Tammy Fox. Is that you? All right, if you can unmute yourself. All right, but there you go. So we couldn't hear you before. So you're Tammy Fox?
Yeah.
All right. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Very good. All right. You may inquire.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Bjorn Brunvan. I represent Shelby Neely. If you could please tell the jury your full name.
Dolphins of Ohio State.
Louise Fox.
And are you currently employed?
No, sir, I'm retired.
Okay. Back in December of 2015, where were you employed?
I was employed at the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
All right. And how long had you been employed with the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office at that time?
Since 2003.
Okay. So about 12 years, if my math is correct?
Something like that, yes.
All right. Do you recall an incident involving Shelby Neely and Jamie Avancic?
Only based on the report that I received.
All right. And so based on the report, and feel free to refer to the report is prepared by yourself, right?
Yes.
And you had at least 12 years of training on how to prepare reports.
Yes.
And would it be fair to say that you prepare reports with as many details as possible in the event that at some point in the future you may have to come and testify about what happened?
Yes.
All right. So from reviewing the report, what can you tell this jury about what happened when you arrived at 103 Plantation Boulevard in Lake Worth on December 21st, 2015?
I responded to a 911 call, possible domestic in progress. When I got there, I met a woman, I can't remember her name, Jamie. She was a bit out of control and uncooperative. At that point, I had met her husband.
Let me stop you for a second, if I may.
Yeah.
You just indicated that Jamie Avancic was a bit out of control, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to take a closer look at your report and tell this jury how you described her at the time. I think you used slightly different language.
Completely out of control.
Okay, very good. And what else? Can you tell the jury about how you found Jamie Avancic when you arrived at that scene?
She was out of control and uncooperative with me.
Okay. Was she standing up, sitting down?
I don't remember.
All right. Well, take your time and take a look at your report. Shortly after the completely out of control language, that might help you.
Oh, she was sitting, yes.
All right. And so what do you do next?
based on my report, the husband, Neely, stated that she had taken some of her 4 or 5 of her prescription medication.
Okay.
And she said she was going to stab her belly and kill herself and the baby.
Okay. And the medication that she indicated, was that Seroquel 200 milligram?
I don't know. It's blocked out on my report.
It is. Okay. All right. And what happens next?
I checked her stomach and saw a surface cut across her belly. I checked the medication bottle and found only 3 pills. I contacted fire rescue. They came and they transported her to the nearest receiving facility, which would have been JFK, and I Baker acted her.
Okay, and you Baker acted her because of what?
I felt she was going to be harm to herself or others if she didn't get treatment.
And the other in particular was who?
The child.
Have a moment, Your Honor.
You may.
That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any cross-examination?
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
You don't actually remember anything about this incident at all, right?
I do not.
But according to your report, based on what defense counsel just talked to you about, you have a pretty good idea of what happened from reviewing that, right?
Yes.
Now, the allegations made in that report about Jamie that were made to you were relayed to you by Shelby Neely, right?
Correct.
And you said you did not arrest her for anything, right?
No.
And you said that you Baker acted her as a result of your actions, right?
Yes.
Baker acting someone isn't supposed to be a punishment, right?
No.
In fact, it's supposed to get them help because they need some sort of mental health or psychiatric help, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that's what you did in this case, right?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
You must be near the end of the case.
The fact that you don't recall anything, that's the reason why you write reports, right?
Yes.
And you're not going to include details in a report if they were not accurate and truthful at the time, right?
Correct.
And in addition to receiving the information that you saw when you first arrived, right? What you told the jury what you saw, according to your report.
Yes.
All right. But in addition to that, and having been told by Shelby Neely about his concerns, you actually saw a cut across the belly of Miss Ivanchik, Jamie Ivanchik. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
They asked to approach again, another sidebar. This is the request of, I believe, the prosecution. These seem like little petty objections back and forth. I think they're at the end of the case. They're trying to score any point they possibly can on the defense side to possibly spare Mr. Neely from the death penalty, give the jurors something that they can look and see in him that would warrant life without parole instead of death penalty. Of course, they're looking for those mitigating factors as well, which would enable him to be death penalty eligible as far as the sentence goes, as they follow the law and choose the verdict. I will say that he hasn't had a real bang-up great, amazing, bang up's bad. He hasn't had a really good witness to testify for him that's really stood out as like, wow, what a great guy. Instead, we've done a lot of, look how bad Jamie was. He basically had to do what he did. He had to kill her because she was, she had these mental battles and everything else. Excuse me? That was the only option? That's all you could do? And of course, he has trouble dealing with emotions. And math in 3rd grade as well, but not after that, because he did well in school until he dropped out of school, not because he was bad grades, but because he was just, mouthing off to teachers. Long sidebar. We should have one more witness on the Zoom list. We are just 40 minutes away from the Brian Kohberger hearing. As soon as they go live, we're going to wrap up here and portal over there. We will be following that hearing from start to finish. We will then pick up where we leave off here. So we won't miss any of this. This particular hearing is slated to last.
Members of the jury, we have some good news and some bad news. Overall, it's good news, and that is we're moving along, and we don't have any witnesses right now because we're moving along so well. So we're going to go ahead and give you a 15-minute break, and then hopefully we'll be ready with some witnesses at that point, okay? So we'll see you in 15 minutes, if possible, otherwise maybe a little bit longer.
All right, we're probably going to be Kohberger before that happens, but we'll hang out just for a bit. The defense has struggled to get the witnesses here. Their first witness arrived at the wrong courthouse yesterday. Came running into court, a bit, just barely under the wire. Had to hold everything for her. She came in, and then I think she needed a bathroom break as well. She didn't get a chance to run to the restroom, so they had to call a potty break, a timeout for that as well. So, defense still trying to get their witnesses together. Nobody on Zoom in the waiting room. Lawyers talking with the client about what might happen here.
Hopefully, Ms. Delabrado will be available in 15 minutes. I don't know what meeting she's in, but I'm sure it's an important meeting, but this is important too. All right, so we'll be back hopefully in 15 minutes.
Okay. The judge pushes the mute button. Pantouffle says, why can't the dogs come in? You're talking about, I believe, the 3 dogs that were in the Florida home that Mr. Neely also killed, pled guilty to animal abuse, animal cruelty. I forget exactly the charge. They are not allowed by stipulation. This was something that was argued pre-trial. They are not allowed to be brought up in this trial. They believe that it would prejudice the jury, and honestly, I think they're right. I think that most people have a soft spot in their heart for dogs or animals of any kind, especially companion animals like that, and would be like, there's no reason for that. A dog loves you in spite of all your mistakes, and still, they're always there. And then, if the jury were to hear what he did to the 3 dogs, they'd be like, enough said, right? Give us the form. We've heard everything we need to. So that could prejudice the jury a little bit. So the jury does not know about the dogs. There was a mention of another dog, of him being charged with, of him telling someone that he was charged with animal abuse in a different situation. And there was an objection to that, and then we just moved on. So, but it was a different situation. It wasn't the ones that were killed. So, all right. Where are we on? Well, we've got a couple things. We're now 36 minutes away from Brian Koberger. We have two court watchers up there. We have Nicole Goodman. I'm not sure what Nicole Goodman's number is in court. The way this works, Denise actually called me during our stream here this morning. I talked to her just off air for a little bit. Denise is there. She was number 2. She was in line at 8 p.m. last night to get into the courtroom. Everyone was given a ticket this morning when the court basically opened to say basically don't surround the courthouse, just take a number. And then when they called them in by their ticket numbers. They sat in the jury assembly room, and they were assigned to sit in seats that corresponded with the number that had been issued, which was correspond to the position in their line. So they have been able to use their phones previously in the courtroom, so we have been able to get some texts and things out. I'm not sure what's going to happen today. There might be some special rules because it's going to be crazy, and I know security's crazy. They do have their phones with them right now, but they might not be able to use them during the hearing. So Denise, Denise I think was on camera for sure, and we'll probably see her for sure in the background in the hearing. So 2 court watchers up there for Brian Koberger. They're going to be checking in with us as soon as they get time. If there's a break or if they're allowed to go out, obviously if they can't leave without losing their seat, I've told them don't lose your seat, right? Watch, we'll talk afterwards. I want them to definitely observe and get everything they can there. So we'll be there for that. Obviously the families are going to be there. There's a ton of press up there, both in Idaho and around the world that's interested in this. So there's a ton of coverage. We're going to have the live stream both here on this live stream with my commentary in the corner, or if you want something cleaner without me talking or even be on the screen, no reaction, Top Mark Media, my parent company channel, is going to have that live stream without commentary as well. So we'll have it both places. And we'll be going there probably within the next 15 minutes. So as they do a little break to hopefully find jurors, I think we're going to probably call it right here and transfer over, but we'll hold tight for a bit. In the past, the court has turned on the live stream half an hour before the Brian Koberger hearing begins, and we are 3 minutes and 35 seconds away from that, so we'll know in just a minute about that. Great chat over on Top Mark Media as well. We've got some fantastic moderators. Lois Cox, Red Pen, Samantha Terry, I think Lady Draconis is over there. Greeners, also a mod, so, watch out. But just some great people. Some of the great people from chat here are over there as well. So if you want to join over there, it's a little bit slower paced chat. It also, I wouldn't say it's not family friendly, but it doesn't have quite the strict chat policies that we have here, if that makes sense. People can express opinions more. Just don't take off the mods, because I really let them run that on that end, and get a feel for the boundaries and don't push it too much. So I wonder if his family will speak. It's very possible they can speak. It's possible that he could, which would really surprise me. I really think he's going to hold out for a book deal, trying to tell all that way. But there is nothing beyond this point. I realize the judge said that in the plea he took, the part of the plea was that there were no appeals. You cannot appeal, right? You are surrendering your right to appeal. But even in doing that, case law shows that you still have your right to appeal in some instances, even in his case. For instance, if the counsel he had was ineffective in counseling him to take the plea deal, that would mean that he could still make that argument in an appeal and say, I had ineffective counsel, thus I want to withdraw my plea and revisit that. And a jury, or excuse me, not a jury, but an appellate court could look at that and say, yes, you're right. I don't think that applies in his case. I don't think anyone looks at Brian Koberger and says, wow, you really drew the short straw when it came to lawyers. I think that the exact opposite is true. And he really lucked out extremely well and got the creme de la creme and didn't have to pay a penny for it. So he's had just excellent representation. I don't think there will be any room for him to accuse them of anything other than perfect representation. Let's see, the jurors don't know how he pled to the killing of the dogs. They don't know anything about that related to this case, in the Neely case. Ashley Benfield says he's writing a book. Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, what else does he have to do, honestly? If he is sick and twisted in the head and relives this moment with a smile on his face, every moment he's alone, that's something he would probably do. He would probably write this out in graphic detail, and people will buy it. All right, we are almost at 5,000 subscribers on Top Mark Media. Wow, that's awesome. That's cool. I had no idea. He literally has nothing better to do and all the time in the world, for sure. I know Brian Enton has taken a tour of the prison, which he probably will be housed at, and said that he'll most likely get a tablet. Can he buy it? He can buy a TV. He'll have access to entertainment and movies and things like that. Jen, we're going to watch it here. We're going to portal over. There's no son of Sam law in Idaho. How can they prevent him from profiting? They can't. That's the short of it. All they can do is in sentencing, it has to happen in sentencing, or probably a little bit after, if the judge reserves the right. They can order him to pay restitution, and that restitution can be compelled to come out of his profits if he does sell a book or sell movie rights or something like that. If he is able to monetize his crime, but there's a limit to how much of that they can take. So it might be a 50%, dollar for dollar type thing. All right. I've said we're going to go live on Top Mark Media at 10:30, so I'm going to go ahead and put that one live, even though it's just a placeholder. Media assets. We're going to put this one up. All right. We'll get it ready. We are set over there. We're just on a thumbnail. All right. Josh, thanks for the kind words. His plea deal was already accepted. This is sentencing. Yes, Cody. And because there is only one option in Idaho, and it's life without parole. There's no trial needed. We don't have to go over the facts of the case, right? And so we won't be hearing the details and all the evidence they have against him. We might hear some recounting of the different charges and the individuals, which we'll go over as well. But there isn't a jury that has to listen and decide is this death penalty or not, because the plea deal says life without parole, and that's the only option. And so it will just be victim impact statements and sentencing. Let's see, 12 minutes to start. I hate that you can email anyone from prison on his tablet except to anyone connected to victims. Jamie Jane, thank you very much. Just noticed 27 months. Pink Courthouse, OG status for sure. Been here so long, we used to do roll call. Jamie, thank you very much. We did. It's tough now. Tough. Too many people to do roll call now. Warrior Queen, thanks for mentioning this. Get your tissues handy. This is going to be very difficult. We know that there's one family who I believe will not be there. There are 3 other families who should have some representation, whether it's a family spokesperson or a victim themselves that is going to speak. And we know that the families feel differently about the plea deal in Brian Koberger's case. Let me do this. I think we're going to end this one and transfer over, because we've only got 25 minutes till it starts. Just want to make sure. I was hoping the feed would be up, but it has not come up yet. It's going to be emotional to hear some of these victim impact statements. So there's going to be a lot of frustration and anger, both at Brian Koberger. There's going to be just heart-wrenching sadness, but also there's a lot of frustration at the police, at the prosecutors, at the judicial system, because some of these families feel that they were failed in this. They were failed from the very beginning, where communication has been challenging, where police have had to keep a lot close to their chest and haven't released a lot of details. A lot of these families are writing victim impact statements still not really knowing what happened that night, only knowing the outcome and basically the murder weapon. And so, some people might think, I don't want that, and other people, I can't judge them for saying I want the details. I want to know what happened. So sometimes our mind, when we don't know, our doubts create a scenario that's worse than reality. In this case, reality is really bad. And it could be better for them to know what happened so they aren't constantly guessing and wondering. But there you go. All right. Can we not gift membership? I have not turned on monetization on Top Mark Media. It's just a clean feed. I guess I could technically. I think it's met all the requirements, but it's just something I haven't done. Okay. Who in their right mind destroys the crime scene? The house was torn down, and it was torn down before the deal was accepted, which I think was a terrible idea. If something had happened, if evidence had come out, there was a question, and it needed to be looked at again, you could not go back and do it. Now, I know they took a lot of pictures, they've got a lot of documentation, they've got their maps and their videos and everything else, but it was surprising the house was torn down so soon, I think. Greeners complaining about pay over on the Top Mark Media side. It's actually equal, Greeners. It's equal pay on both. Both worthy of complaint. Let's see, some information was shared with the family that was then shared publicly, and then after that things got tight-lipped. The judge issued a gag order early on as well. Let's see. It was being turned into a tourist spot because of the attention on the crime. And this happens with many crimes, that notable scenes, it could be like the killer's house. It could be, a house where a murder was committed. They become a point of interest for people who are interested in the crime. Whether it's, think how many times the house was driven by at 34 Fairview in the Karen Reed trial. How many people just to drive by, just checked it out, and it's cool. You can drive by. It's legal. There's no problem with that. 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 a day. Suddenly traffic patterns are changed. People want to stop. They want to take a picture. They want to take a selfie. Some people want to, wrong as it is, want to take a memento. A rock, a piece of grass, a flower. It can become a problem very quickly. So there's a good balance that has to be kept. Okay. All right, we're not coming back to this court, I've decided. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up from there and go straight over to the other one, which means we're going to portal over. We have 21 minutes before the Brian Koberger trial starts, or hearing starts for sentencing. So we're going to wrap this one. The portal is built. What that means is you don't have to do anything, or you should not have to do anything. I would check two things. First, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And if you can't find us, just go back to Recovery Addict, and you will see that we're going live in just a minute on Brian Koberger. Make sure that you are buckled in, keep your arms and feet inside the ride, and we'll portal over, and I'll be over and join over on Koberger. So we'll play the music here and turn off that buzzing sound, which is annoying me. Grab a travel buddy. So much to talk about today in the world of true crime. Obviously, we've got two high-profile sentencing hearings going on. We're going to pause this one with Mr. Neely. Shelby will find out his fate probably tomorrow or Friday. We're going to instead jump over to Brian Koberger, who may find out his fate. Well, he knows his fate, but he might hear it officially announced today or maybe tomorrow, depending on how long this hearing goes. A lot can happen here. So tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we portal over in just a minute over to our other stream right here on this channel to follow the Brian Koberger hearing. You guys will see you on the other side.